Okay, so in the previous videos, we already learned how to actually form the probability distribution table. And then for today's video, we're going to continue with how to find out the mean and also variance from a probability distribution table. Okay, so maybe from this chapter onwards, you see this word very frequently. When they talk about the expected value or expectation, actually it means that it is mean of the x. Okay, and then they usually give you another special symbol here, like E bracket X. So the E bracket X actually means expected value of X and also have the same meaning with the mean. So in short, expected value means mean. Okay, the mean that you found out last time. Okay, so how to get the mean? So to get the mean, to get the EX, what you need to do is that you are having X multiplied with probability and then you add all of them together. So this is one formula that you should remember. It looks a bit complicated here, but later when you find out from the table, you'll find that it's very simple. Okay, so EX is summation of X multiplied with P. Okay, and then to get the variance, alright, so to get the variance again, the special symbol is VAR bracket X, which is the variance of X. You can also write as the variance symbol that you learned before. Okay, no problem. Right, so to get the variance X, the formula is the summation of X squared multiplied with P minus the summation of XP squared. Okay, so in short, the variance formula is EX squared minus mean squared. EX squared means that you are taking X squared multiplied with P and then you add them together. So that is EX squared. Right, so these two are the main formula that we are going to use it in our examples later. Right, so we can see a few examples here. Okay, so have a look for example 7. Again, this is a very easy example. Okay, so first they want you to write down an equation satisfied by A and B. Okay, so this equation, this fraction generally they already give you the probability distribution table. Alright, so how to write down the equation satisfied by A and B? Okay, so again, using the concept that you learned before, when you add all the probability together, what will you get? You'll get 1, right? So you can just write 0.3 plus A plus B plus 0.25, you get 1. Therefore, the equation satisfied by A and B is A plus B should be equals to 0.45. Okay, so again, it's a very simple example. Alright, so here, part number 2, they tell you that EX is equals to 4. The mean of X is equals to 4. Find the value of A and B. Okay, so for this particular part, since they tell you that EX is equals to 4, okay, can anyone tell me how to find the EX here? Okay, so to find the EX, the step is generally like that. You take the value of X, multiply with the P. So you're having 1, multiply with 0.3, and then you add the next one, value of X, multiply with P. So you're having 3A. Then plus, again, next, multiply with probability 5B, and then plus 7 multiply with this. So what you get here, you should get 7 multiplied with 0.25. So this is how we found the mean. Summation of X multiplied with P, and you get it equal to 4. Okay, so continue from here. If you didn't do any careless mistake, you should get 3A plus 5B is equals to 39 over 20. Okay, so they actually want you to find A and B for this question, right? So what we have is, first part we get first equation for A and B. Second part, we're having the second equation of A and B. Then again, solve the equation simultaneously. You should get the value A equals to 3 over 20 and then B equals to 3 over 10. Alright, so please pause this video and complete this part first. You have to show me how you get the A and B by solving the simultaneous equation. Alright, your final answer should be this. Yeah? Right. Then after that, by using the value of A and B, they get the standard deviation of X. Right, so to get the standard deviation of X or maybe the variance of X, what I usually do is like that. I will usually tell students, okay, maybe you find out EX squared first. Okay, so what does it mean for EX squared? You square the value of X and then after that you multiply it with probability. So as an example, you square the 1, multiply with 0.3. So you're having 1 square, 0.3. The same thing happened for the next one. This one, 3 square, multiply with A. So 3 square, multiply with A. Okay. And the next one is 5 square, multiply with B. And then 7 square, multiply with 0.25. Alright. So you should get a value. What is the value here? I don't want to show you. You try to complete it yourself. And then after that, you get the variance of X first. So to get the variance of X, it is E X squared minus the mean square. Okay, so EX squared is the value that you get just now in rectangle. Okay, minus the mean. Mean is 4. Given in the second part, mean is 4. And then you square it, mean square. Alright, so EX squared minus mean square. If you didn't do it wrongly, then you should get 0.4. Alright, and then because of this question, they actually want to find the standard deviation. So the standard deviation means square root 5.4. Okay, then you should get another value. Alright, in 3 significant figure. Okay, so please complete this example for me. Alright, so generally this is how we the mean and also the variance are from a probability distribution table. The main idea is like that. Not very hard actually. Okay, so just make sure that you know what the correct process that you need to remember, what are the correct steps. Okay, right, so you can have a look for example 8. Alright, so if you look at example 8, you will see that it is not a hard question also. Alright. Okay, so I need some time. My file is loading. Alright, so now let's have a look at example 8. It is a very simple example. So you're having a fair dice with 6 sides. Okay, so 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so the random variable W is a score when you throw the die. And then find the mean and the deviation of W. So I think this one is very, very simple. Okay, I just guide you how to do it, and you do it on your own. Okay, so you're having W. You're having the probability. Okay, so what are the values for W that you have? You're having 1, then 2, and 3. Okay, so you're having 3, 1 out of the 6 sides. So it will be 1 over 2. Okay, 1, 2. So 1 over 6. 2, 3. So 2 over 6, which is 1 over 3. If you want to simplify, you can simplify. Okay, so this is a probability table, probability distribution table. And then now, by using this table, try to find the EW. Okay, so again, by using the steps that I showed you just now, try it out and see whether you get 11 over 6 or not. Okay, then to get the standard deviation of W, first, try to find out EW square first. EW square means you square the 1, multiply with probability. Alright, then if you apply the step correctly, you should get 25 over 6 for this example. for EX squared. And after that, for variance X, the formula is EX squared minus the mean squared. Okay, so for variance X, you should get 29 over 36. And then again, to get the standard deviation, you just take the square root. So square root 29 over 36. What's the answer? I don't know. But you just try to find out and put it in 3 significant figures. So this question also very simple. Alright? Okay, so if no problem, then we continue to example 9. I'm also going to just guide you how to do it, and then you complete the rest of the question. Okay, so you're having 5 ducks and 2 geese, and then they are choosing 4 of these birds. Then X is what? X is the number of geese chosen. Okay, so first they want you to draw a probability distribution of X. So this example actually is very similar to the green peppers example that we discussed earlier. Alright. Okay, so first we are talking about the number of geese. So you have to list out the possible value of X first. So what's the value for X that you have? So you are choosing 4 geese now, right? So you might have 2 ducks and no goose. So number of goose can be equals to 0. You might have 3 ducks and 1 goose, so X equals to 1. And then you might have 2 ducks and 2 geese. So X equals to 2. Can you have X equals to 3 or not? Cannot, because the maximum number of geese that you have is only 2. So it is impossible for you to get a 3 geese here. Alright, so the value for X can be 0, 1, and 2 only. Okay, so how to find the value for X equals to 0? Alright, so X equals to 0 means that 5 ducks, you choose 4. And then 2 geese, you choose 0. Alright, then divided by total, you are having 7 birds and you want to choose 4 of them without regarding to what kind of birds are they. Alright, so if you apply this one correctly, then you should get the answer 1 over 7. Okay, so you do the same thing for X equals to 1 and X equals to 2. And eventually, you should get this answer as your probability distribution. Okay, so the X, you have the P, 0, 1, and 2. And then after that, you should have 1, 4, 2. Okay, so this is the answer that you should get. Alright, so again, click the methods here, the steps and methods here. Alright, then after that, go to part number 2. They want you to show that X is 8 over 7. This shouldn't be any problem for you. Then calculate the variance X. So again, I'm not going to show you the detail because it is very simple. So the answer for the variance X should be 20 over 49. Alright. Then, so make sure you complete this example, which is not so hard. Okay. Then the last example here for our discrete random variable part. Okay, so this question generally they talk about for playing a game of fruit machines. Alright, so to get the different types of fruit, now the probability are different. You have the higher chance to get a lemon, and then the lower chance to get an apple. Okay, alright, and then after that, they say only 10p to play. P means pennies, that means it is something like cents. Then 1 pound means like something like 1 ringgit. So you spend 10 cents, and then the highest reward that you can get is 1 ringgit, then 50 cents, then 40 cents, and 80 cents. Okay, so they want you to find the expected gain or loss. That means they want you to find the expected value or the mean when you play the game. Okay? Alright, so now first you show them first what do you have for the value of x. X can be profit or loss. Alright, okay, so you spend 10 cents, right? And then you win 1 ringgit. So if you spend 10 cents and win 1 ringgit, what is the value of x that you have? You're having 90 cents. Okay, so the same thing happened here. This one will be x equals to 40. Okay, then for this case, x equals to 30. And then for this one, x equals to 80. Oh, sorry, it's not 80, it should be 70, right? Because you have to actually cancel off. You have to minus the cost, so it should be 70 cents. Okay, so are this the only possible outcome that you have for the x? How about if let's didn't win anything? If you didn't win anything, that means you lost 10 cents, which is negative 10. So you're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Find value of x for this example. Right, so now I just want to show you roughly how can I get x equals to 90 cents. So to get the 90 cents, you need to get apple, apple, apple. Alright, so apple, apple, apple means what? 0.1 multiplied with 0.1 multiplied with 0.1. Okay, so you get 0.001. Alright, so do the same thing for x equals to 40. Do the same thing for x equals to 30. I think it's not hard for you to get it because 3 cherries also the same method like 3 of apple. 3 lemons also the same. Okay, then maybe we want to discuss about x equals to 70. Okay, so to get x equals to 70, you need to have apple, apple, cherry. So apple is 0.1, cherry is 0.1. Sorry, apple, both apple are 0.1, and then the cherry should be 0.2. And then to get the 80 cents and to win the 80 cents, here they say apple, apple, cherry can be in any order. So any order means that apple, apple, cherry also can, or maybe you can have apple, cherry, apple, or you can have cherry, apple, apple. There are 3 cases here, right? So you have to multiply with 3. And then you should get 0.006. Okay, so you completed all this already, right? Then how to get the negative 10 cents one? That means you lost the 10 cents. Okay, these are the possible chance or combination that you can win the prize. Then that means if let's say you cannot win the prize, that means there are a lot of other combination, right? Okay, so to get the probability for x equals to 10, you use 1 minus other probabilities. Okay, then you should be able to get 0.921. So these are the steps how you find out the probability here, and after that you can form a probability distribution table. Okay, so maybe you can pause the video here, try to complete the steps on top first, and double check and see whether you get the same value here or not. Okay, so maybe I start with negative 10, then I start with, okay lah, I put it like that, 70, 30, 40, 90. You can arrange it from smallest to largest value also can, randomly also no problem actually. Right, so this one is 0.921. This is 0.006, 0.064, okay, so this is the answer that you should get, okay, for the probability distribution table. And then after that, they are asking you for the expected gain or loss. That means you try to find out the x. Okay, so again, I'm not going to show you the detail of the steps. You try to complete it yourself and you should get negative 6.46. Okay, So that means what? That means when you are playing any single game, you are lost averagely 6 cents per game. Okay, so the 6 cents, maybe when you look at it, it is a very small amount only. But can you imagine or not, if let's say you play a lot of games, then generally you will see that you lost a lot of money actually. Okay, all right. So this is one of the example, more on application one. All right. Okay, so I leave a lot of blank space here, right? So just make sure that you go and complete all this. Don't just simply copy the answer by putting in dot, 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 dot. Please complete all the steps here. Right, so here we already completed the very first part of chapter 4. All the videos, okay, the previous videos until this one is all about discrete random variable by forming the table, and then after that also find out the mean and variance. Okay, so the next two videos we are going to discuss about the other two subtopics that we are talking, which is the binomial distribution and also the geometric distribution. Alright, so that's all for the video for today.